Hello everyone and welcome to SmartAir's 11th anniversary workshop live stream. First of all, I would like to apologize to everyone for being late. We had unexpected technical issues, or to be more specific, a power cut, so thank you for sticking with us. My name is Rose and I'm joined today by Patty, my co-host, who is also SmartAir's CEO. So as we celebrate the SmartAir's anniversary, we will use this opportunity to teach you all how to make your own DIY air purifier. But before we get started, let's all watch together a short video on SmartAir. I hope you all enjoyed that video. Along with the workshop today, we will also have a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you can leave them down below in the comments and Patty will answer them live. Besides that, we got a special surprise for you. So at the end of this live stream, we will have a giveaway. So you will have a chance to win a smart air purifier. So stick with us. We'll teach you how to make your own DIY purifier, and at the end you might win one. So let's get started. Patty, take it away.
So today, this opportunity of 11 years of celebrating smarter would not have been possible without the hard work and the teams around the world making this happen. So we've expanded to 19 countries where we have operations on the ground, and we've also have 50 dedicated team members around the world. So this is just a shout out to all of those teams who have done an amazing job in Asia, in Americas, in Europe, all around the world, Australia, New Zealand, who have really been promoting this mission of clean, affordable air for all. And this is really one of the biggest hallmarks of what we've achieved over the past 11 years is this expansion of our team and dedicated, passionate members who are also achieving the same goals that we started here in Beijing. We've also worked with over 150 partners, and these organizations, including BBC, Google, Airbnb, have all also supported and worked with us to promote clean air, raise awareness, and also help more people breathe clean air. So this is also a shout out to all of those partners. If you're listening from one of these organizations, then we'd like to say thank you. And if you do want to continue working with us, or if you have an idea for a workshop for educational programs, then do contact us and reach out to us as well. Since 2013, we've been awarded numerous awards. As I said, we're a B Corp. We were made a B Corp in 2018. We also were awarded a Social Enterprise Award here in China. We've received various social innovation awards as well as green. Just recently this year, we received a green sustainability award for the SA600, being an air purifier that has very low power usage as well as a very green recyclable packaging. We aim and strive for 100% plastic-free packaging in all our units. So it's really just an example of what we are also doing on that front in terms of the environment to try and improve and reduce the amount of waste and impact that we have on the environment. So we've seen 2013. I started this talk with a look at Beijing in 2013. But actually, I want to talk about now. I mean, that was 11 years ago. So what's happened and what's changed in the past 11 years in terms of the wider air pollution environment? And this, as I view it, is 2024, how we now view air quality. 11 years ago, it was focusing on looking at a few places around the world where smog was really a problem. People used to think, oh, you're moving to Beijing, wow, it must be very polluted. But actually, if we fast forward to now, our understanding of air quality really has grown, and we now understand that there are all kinds of air pollution all over the world that are causing harm to our bodies. So things like wildfires, which are currently taking effect in North America as well as in Europe and having a damaging impact there. There's also, as I've mentioned a few times, the COVID pandemic, which really has raised awareness about viruses in the air and how those affect people's health. There's also things like mold in homes, with stories from the UK where children have sadly passed away due to mold issues, and air purifiers are a simple way to solve that. And then, of course, there's traffic and problems from cars and industry that are also still a huge problem. And this is just a small selection of some of the problems and some of the issues that we're now more aware of due to air quality. And this is a expanding field of research and of understanding, where we're finding every day that there are more and more harms of air pollution. So this really is a global issue. When we set up 11 years ago, we said to ourselves, maybe we can be out of business. Maybe we can put ourselves out of business in 10, 15 years. We were hoping that we could, through raising awareness, make ourselves obsolete. The world would be beautiful, would have clean air. None of us would be worrying about air pollution. But unfortunately, the reality is that air quality is becoming a more serious and a bigger problem. So I think we are here to stay, and we're here to help in the next steps of raising awareness about the other impacts and harms of air quality. So I think for us at Smarter, our time really is now. We've played a really important part over the past 11 years. First of all, raising awareness about the true cost of clean air, how it simply only needs to cost a few tens of dollars, if that. We've also played our important part in raising awareness during the pandemic and kind of countering understanding and misconceptions about air purifiers, about clean air. But now we see that there's even more of a need for us to raise awareness and create critical tools to help people protect themselves as air pollution becomes this global, trans-border, transcontinental issue that there is still a lot to learn about. So Smartair's role here is incredibly important, and I'm really looking forward to the next 11 years of how we will change and shape the world and the industry through our simple, effective purifiers, as well as our education and our awareness raising, that we can work with the world to create a cleaner, brighter world. So I think that's it for my kind of brief overview here. I'd like to invite Rose back to the stage, and we'll have our DIY session. I guess you can do a quick intro of the DIY.
Thank you. So let me get a hold of one. So this is the DIY that Patty has mentioned, and this is the tool that has actually made a revolution in the air pollution industry. As you can see, it is as simple as that. So I would like to give it to Patty and to have him explain how it works and what you need to make it.
Thank you. Yeah, so a fan and a filter is simply all you need to breathe clean air. And as you can see here, we literally just have a fan and a filter. Let me take the filter off. And this is what's called a HEPA filter, for those of you who don't know. And a HEPA filter was invented 80 years ago, almost 90 years ago, in the US by the US government, actually during the Manhattan Project. If anyone's watched Oppenheimer recently, the movie, you will have potentially seen some of these in the movie, or these were used during that process. Nobody has a patent on them. They are incredibly simple technology and very, very cheap is the main point. And every single air purifier that you buy will have one of these inside them. And then what else do you need? With a HEPA filter, you need a fan to blow the air through the filter. And this here is a simple tabletop fan. This is our DIY air purifier, one of our very first ones. And this is all you need to breathe clean air. Now I can put the filter back on the fan, and just to provide a demo and show that this actually does work, what I will do is we have an air quality monitor here. This isn't one that we offer for sale. This is kind of a more sensitive one that will show different numbers, but I can show you here that if you look on the screen there, let me put it a bit further away, you can see that the numbers up there are approximately in the 1,100 range. Whereas if we actually turn on this DIY, going to need to plug it in. Rose, perhaps you can help with this. If we turn on the DIY, we'll be able to see, can this simple DIY filter actually remove the air pollution from this room? So I'll turn this on. I'll put this Dylos in front of the fan, and we can see the numbers on there starting to drop. So we've got 100, 87, 35, 24, 21, 17. So the left number's gone to 0. The right number, not quite reaching 0, but we should get there shortly. Let's see if we can get down to 0. 3, 21, 17, 14, 7, 3. There we go, 0. So we've hit 0 with this simple DIY purifier fan and filter. So for anyone at home, if you're looking to create clean air in your home, all you need is a fan and a filter. And I'll also let you in on a secret that all of our air purifiers behind are simply fans and filters. They perhaps have a tried and tested HEPA filter that's maybe a bit more effective or has a greater airflow. They perhaps look a bit nicer. They perhaps have lower noise than this simple DIY. But in essence, all of these purifiers are fans and filters. I will just mention a little bit about the QT3, this one, which is a portable fan and a filter. And this is something that's been really, really popular, as I said, to giving people clean air on the go and providing you space for clean air. So this again has a HEPA filter inside and a fan inside, and that's really all you need if you're on the go and you want to breathe clean air. Most of these purifiers have been shipped to over 60 countries around the world now, and we have the SA600, as I said, is very popular amongst schools, as well as being used nowadays in other companies and offices. And then the Blast and Blast Mini that we have behind me this is the Blast over here, the larger one. This is good for really, really large spaces, 130 square meters or over 1,000 square foot. This is a very quiet unit that's good for quiet environments such as schools, such as offices, as well as hospitals. But in essence, if you are an enterprising person, an enterprising individual, go pick up a filter, get yourself a fan, and that's the secret to breathing clean air. That's all you need to know. All right, thank you. I'll pass it back to Rose now.
Thank you, Patty, for furthering our mission and teaching people how to protect themselves. So I hope this was educational for you. Now we come to the section where we get to see your questions, and Patty will try to give you answers. So let's look at the questions our viewers have sent. The first question is, what made you want to join Smart Air?
Oof, good question. I moved to China in 2015, and essentially that's when I became aware of this air pollution problem. And being an engineer myself, I looked into air purifiers and how they actually work, and discovered that in essence it's simply just a fan and a filter. And I thought the mission of Smart Air really aligned with what I wanted to do in terms of the environment, in terms of creating impact. And that's really the reason that I joined. So I think creating impact and making a difference and a positive change in the world is really, really important. And at Smart Air, I mean, we've achieved that over the past 11 years. We've done a lot to create impact. Yeah.
And it's really great to see so many like-minded people that
Exactly.
have joined.
I know.
Having a similar...
Can I ask you the same question? Why did you join Smart Air?
So before joining Smart Air, I used to work for a petroleum company. So this is my redemption. I'm trying to give back to the world for everything I took from it. Yeah. So similar to you, but a bit less of an engineering background. The second question we have is, how will you compare Smart Air with other air purifier companies?
That's a really good question. I mean, since 2013, one of the biggest changes that we've seen actually is the growth of the industry, and there's a lot more air purifier companies out there selling air purifiers. But something that we haven't seen over those past 11 years is an air purifier company that really backs up their claims with data and with information, and really cares about the air that you actually breathe. I think we've seen a lot of companies that maybe sell good products. As I've said, it's simply an air purifier is simply a fan and a filter. So they're not difficult to make, but perhaps what they're trying to do is either not presenting the data, so people don't know how well they work. There's no way of them knowing which environments, when should they turn it on, which speed should they use, things like this. And then secondly, we've also seen examples of companies that they're not really thinking long-term about the people breathing clean air. For us, the goal isn't to sell an air purifier, it's to help you breathe clean air. And other companies, I think the goal is generally to make profit and to sell the air purifier. So if after that they stop selling replacement filters, or they don't provide support, or the unit breaks, then that's no good for the air breather. It's just going to sit in their home unused. They can't buy replacement filters. Whereas for us, that's something really, really important. We actually stopped selling this DIY fan around 5 years ago, but we still sell the filters because we know there are people out there who want to, who still want to buy and use the fan, or they already have the fan at home and they still want to breathe clean air using it. So yeah, this is, I think, probably one of the biggest differences. We are data-backed, reliable. You can use all the information on our website to make your own informed choice, and that's really the essence of the name Smart Air. We're called Smart Air not because we are smart, but because you, as the viewer, as the listener, as the user, the air breather out there, you are making the smart choice not to be fooled by marketing, to be fooled by various gimmicks that will maybe make you spend more money or buy you something that's not actually providing you with clean air. So I think that's the essence of what makes us different. I'm yet to know of any other air purifier company that's a social enterprise, that's also a registered B Corp, and that also uses 100% of their profits for their mission. I mean, we don't have any investors at Smart Air. We don't have any shareholders who are taking out dividends. So I think that's a very, very big difference in the way that we do things.
That's a very good answer. I wanted to mention the social mission part, but you already covered that. I think we're the only ones that actually do education, other than just providing people with physical tools to protect themselves, because knowledge is the first step. The final question we have is, what challenges did you face in the early stages of Smart Air?
There were a lot of challenges. First of all, I think acceptance of a social enterprise model. We really, as I said, we really pioneered this idea of social impact, especially here in China. And a lot of people were dubious about, like, is this just a marketing tactic? Which is completely understandable, because unfortunately, majority of companies in the world focus on profit, and that's all they care about. And I think that was a very big challenge for us then. I'm really excited to say that I think the idea of social impact, social entrepreneurship, but B Corps, benefit corporations, is growing around the world, and I think this is the model for change that we need in the world. For-profit private companies that do a bit of CSR, they have their place, but I think the real impact can be created from organizations like us, which are providing a product that we're selling, and then also providing impact. Those two things are tied together, which means that we have to adjust and tweak what we're selling to have the maximum impact on the users, on you, on the air breathers. So if we create a product or provide information or education which perhaps isn't achieving that mission, then people won't come and listen to us, and people maybe won't trust us and won't read our information, which is going to mean that we won't survive. So our very survival is built on the fact that we need to do what is right, and I think that's a really important place for social enterprise in the world. Other challenges we faced, I mean, we've expanded in the past few years fairly rapidly around the world, and it's been great, as I said, to get so many team members from all over the world who share this passion and this mission, which is really, really exciting. But definitely in the early days, expansion was very tough because we didn't have investors. But I think, again, as a social enterprise, at every step of the way, we were rewarded by society, by the community. So, for example, the square which you see here, we didn't have the funds to build and create this purifier at the time. So we went out and did a crowdfunding project, and we got over $50,000, almost $100,000 to create the square. So this was support from the community and from society because they knew that we were doing good things. We've also worked with governments around the world, the US Embassy being a notable one here across China, as well as in other parts of Asia. We've also worked with NGOs who have all given us either funding or given us support to further our mission. We've worked with commercial companies, corporates, who have either purchased our purifiers or who have donated money to us so that we can donate purifiers to other organizations. I can think of one example in Mongolia, where we've donated purifiers to orphanages, where children, Mongolia faces very, very bad air pollution in the winter when people burn coal to keep warm. And we've seen really this joining of the community in Smart Air to support us in what we do. In the US, we also have various projects across, especially this is one that you know more about, is in California.
South California.
That we've installed how many purifiers?
Around 2,000 units.
2,000
in
units.
Daycares, in schools, in the areas that are a bit more on the lower income side. So this was a government grant, so they provided the money for the companies to give people clean air.
Yeah, so these kind of projects, and I think it's a joining of common missions, common goals of helping people and seeing people prosper. And throughout the way, even though maybe we've had times where we've had a limited budget or we could have done with increased investment, there's always been someone or something or some organization in the society to help us through that. So I think this is also an opportunity to say thank you to all the organizations who have supported us over the past 11 years throughout this journey, from the very early days up until more recently, for example, in South California, and really supported us and put your faith in us to achieve this mission and to achieve this goal of helping more people breathe clean air.
Thank you, Patty, about sharing your experience with Smart Air, the struggles and also the upsides. If you still have any questions, you can still write to us on our social media, and some of our team members will get back to you.
But now it's time for the most exciting part of our live stream, which is our giveaway. While Smart Air has taught thousands of people how to build their own air purifier, we also offer pre-made purifiers to help even more people breathe clean air. So over the past 11 years, our purifiers have helped tens of thousands of people. So today we are excited to give away a Square and the QD3. I know that Patty has already introduced both of these units, but I will use this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about them. So the Square is the world's most cost-effective air purifier, and it's designed to clean the rooms up to 40 square meters, which is around 420 square feet. It comes with an H12 HEPA filter that can capture 99.5% of all particles as small as 0.3 microns, which includes dust, pet dander, viruses, smoke, and pollen. And the QD3 is our portable air purifier, so you can take it anywhere with you. If you're on a plane, on a train, or you want to take it to the doctor's appointment, it's perfect for this use. So it's equipped with a powerful HEPA filter and that captures all pollutants and delivers clean air up to 1.2 meters from the place it's placed.
So now we can come to the questions, but before I read them, I would like to give you a short introduction of how this is going to work. So it's very simple. If you know the answer, just write them down in the comments, and we will announce the winners on our social media channels in the next few days. So keep an eye on it to see if you were the lucky one. So I will read the questions now. The first question is, what are the colors of the Smart Air logo? This one is a little bit easy, but we have another two for you. So the first one was the colors of the Smart Air logo. Question number 2 is, how many color categories are in the US Air Quality Index, or the AQI as it's known? So number of colors in the US AQI. And the final question for today is, name 2 pollutants that a HEPA filter can capture. If you know more, you can write more, the more the merrier, but we are only asking for 2. So now that we have the questions, you can write down the answers in the comments, and we will let you know through our social media who the lucky winners are. And I would like to thank you all for being with us today, despite the delays. And we really hope you found this educational. And we also hope that we motivated you to make your own DIY air purifier. If that's the case, we would really love to see them. So if you want, you can post them on social media and tag us with the hashtag SmartAirDIY, so we could take a look at your new creation. Then as well, don't forget to follow us on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We give more tips on how to protect yourself from air pollution. We give more updates and more information about any future events. And once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Patty, for hosting.
Thanks.
And breathe safe. See you guys next time.
Thank you all. Breathe safe.
Bye-bye.